Fortunately, guys, he has lost ESPN and he has lost his $100 million podcast deal. All over some Badusi.
Say what? Not Katt Williams dragging Kevin Hart's little self into this wild mess with Shannon Sharpe. Things just took a turn because Katt is calling out Kevin for allegedly setting Shannon up to get canceled. And baby Katt pulled up with all the receipts like a boss. Everybody knows Katt can't stand Kevin Hart, but now he's throwing out some next-level accusations that got folks doing double takes. During that explosive 2024 interview with Shannon Sharpe, Katt had already put Kevin on blast. And now he claims Kevin's still bitter and plotting. According to Katt, Kevin's been teaming up with big-name industry folks behind closed doors just to take Shannon down. It's shady. Here's the twist. Gabriela Zuniga, the woman suing Shannon right now, Katt says she's not just some random person. She's connected. Word is her family has industry links, and she was sent to bait Shannon into this trap. Allegedly, it was all a setup from jump. And it gets worse. Shannon apparently exposed his own weakness when he started talking wild about younger women in past interviews, and now the industry's using it against him. Katt's not letting this slide either. He straight up said Kevin sold out Shannon and that this isn't the first time he's blasted Kevin for selling out. Remember when Kevin popped up on SNL wearing a lace front wig and a dress? Katt wasn't feeling it. He reminded everyone that Kevin had just said he'd never do that kind of thing to get ahead, but then did exactly that. Katt's been calling him fake ever since. They asked Kevin about this right when it felt like every black male celeb on TV was showing up in a dress just to move up in the game. It wasn't just some trend. This was major. Folks were heated, and when Kevin went back on his word, people felt like he had straight up sold out. Katt Williams? He wasn't having it either. The whole thing blew up after Dave Chappelle dropped some real talk in his interview with Oprah. Dave said he had beef with movie producers while filming with Martin Lawrence. Why? Because they wanted him to wear a dress and he wasn't going for it. He stood firm and said no.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress. It's happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. And, what? A prostitute? No, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. The pressure comes in. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny.
Now here's where it gets shady. Right after Dave said no, they suddenly pulled out a new script like they'd been ready for that moment.
And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress. What is wrong? What is this, Brokeback Mountain in here? So then, wear the dress. I don't want to wear the dress. I want to wear this dress. You know what I mean? This is, oh gosh, this guy's so difficult. They leave. Now the producers comes, come on, David, would be so great. I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, strong brothers, why are they putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. That comes back 10 minutes later, the whole new scene. Damn, how did you write the scene so fast? It's like, so you gotta take.
That move had people raising eyebrows and asking serious questions about what's really going on behind the scenes. Dave's interview shook the room. It had fans and celebs talking everywhere. Reporters started asking other stars what they thought about what Dave said. And of course, Kevin Hart got asked too. That's when he confidently claimed he'd never wear a dress either. He made it sound like it was a matter of principle.
A great comedian said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is there something that you wouldn't do for
definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You know, for me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so you know, I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on a talk show this morning.
You look
said
good
no to
doing
that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. You know, at the end of the day, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, you know, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
But guess what? Not long after that bold statement, Kevin popped up on SNL wearing a full-on wig and dress like nothing happened. People were stunned. How you say one thing then do the complete opposite on live TV?
The new pope is not Turkson. The new pope is 9-year-old Oscar nominee Kevin Wallace.
That moment right there, that's when folks started calling him out for playing the game dirty. Back then, Kevin wasn't some unknown actor scraping for gigs, but he also wasn't where he wanted to be. He was still climbing, hungry for that big break. So when the opportunity came, he didn't hesitate. He threw on that dress knowing it could be the moment that pushed him to the top. Of course, when folks started calling him out for switching up, Kevin got all defensive. He jumped on Twitter with a post like, "I wore a dress on SNL because I thought it was funny. I made that decision. Nobody made it for me. I am my own boss." But not everybody bought that. Later on, Katt Williams was asked about the whole situation, and he didn't hold back. He straight up called Kevin a sellout. But he also said he didn't really blame him. Katt claimed this wasn't just about Kevin. He said Hollywood's been doing this for years, making black men wear dresses to hit the next level of fame.
At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
To Katt, Kevin was just the latest name on a long list of dudes being told how to play the game. But this wasn't just about Kevin going against his own words. Katt had another reason for throwing fire at him. At the time, Katt was being pushed out the industry hard, and guess who was being lined up to take his spot? Yup, Kevin Hart. According to Katt, Kevin was the perfect fit for the system. He followed orders, didn't question nothing, and did whatever it took, even if it meant tossing his values aside. That's exactly the kind of puppet Katt refused to be, and Hollywood knew it. So once Kevin's career started blowing up, the industry turned on Katt hard. They didn't just ignore him, they straight up tried to erase him. Suddenly, all these wild rumors started flying around, calling Katt a total wreck behind the scenes. Word on the street was that he was a raging mess, and just like that, his phone stopped ringing. No more roles, no more offers. Hollywood shut the door on him.
You're a sucker. The reason I don't do Big Tigger is because I had a tumor in my upper jaw and they had to take it out. And they had to block the whole right of my sinus with a piece of metal. So ever since I got out the Marine Corps, I can only breathe out of one nostril, boy. I get my blood tested every 3 months for the last 15 years. All narcotic tests have come up 0.00%. I'm 44 years old, little Tigger. You look up my rap sheet. I have never had a DUI or a possession of anything, not even the I do every day. See, when you real, you can tell the truth about it.
Cold. They blackballed Katt so bad he had no choice but to fall back from the spotlight. But he wasn't down for good. In 2018, Katt came storming back. And the first thing he did came straight for Kevin. He wasn't playing. He called him out and started peeling back the layers on what he saw as pure fraud behavior. Now, even though Katt didn't drop Kevin's name directly during that first comeback interview, Kevin still got real salty about it. And you know what they say, a hit dog will holler. And boy, Kevin hollered loud. He pulled up to the Breakfast Club looking heated and went off. Kevin didn't hold back either. He called Katt a total failure and claimed the only reason Katt never reached his level was because he chose substances over success. Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay last year, he came with full energy and didn't waste a second before firing it and made sure everybody saw through what he said was Kevin's fake industry-approved image. Katt Williams didn't hold back. He basically said there's no way Kevin Hart could have climbed to the top of Hollywood that fast without some serious backing from powerful folks behind the scenes. According to Katt, Kevin's rise was fueled by certain industry elites pulling strings and cutting checks to keep him in line. Crystal clear. He's not one of those celebs taking hush money to stay quiet about the ugly side of the industry. He said he never played that game, and because of it, he paid the price. One story he brought up was straight up disturbing. Katt said he got blackballed after refusing to do a scene in Friday After Next that involved him being violated. The producers apparently thought it was supposed to be funny, but Katt wasn't with it. He said there's nothing funny about that kind of trauma, so he refused to film the scene. After they wrapped up, suddenly he started getting cut out of projects left and right. The roles that were meant for him, they ended up in Kevin's lap. Katt claimed that's because Kevin didn't ask questions. He just said yes and did whatever the script told him to do. No pushback, no boundaries. That's the kind of Hollywood player they wanted. Kevin never came out and directly responded to all that, but he didn't stay silent either. Instead, he got slick with it. During his commentary at the New York Knicks versus Philadelphia game, he dropped a few shady jokes about Katt. He said something about Katt buying the Knicks and dropping them off at the game, trying to play it off like it was all fun and games.
Another fun fact about the New York Knicks, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Katt Williams bought the Knicks.
He definitely bought it.
He bought the Knicks, yeah. And it's rumored that he took the Knicks back, returned them with a receipt.
Yeah, you can do that. You didn't know you could do that.
The first person ever did.
Yeah. Oh, they gave him a 30-day policy.
He bought them for 15 days.
And returned it.
Yeah. That's another fun fact about the New York Knicks.
He made the team.
He played.
He played. Oh, he played.
He played with the Knicks. He played with them.
Well, you know he fast. They say he fast.
Yeah,
he run a
one of the fastest.
3.9. What you say? A sub 3.9. He figured out how to play basketball from reading all them books.
3,000 of them.
3,000 a year.
A year.
That's 2 a day.
Yeah.
At 6 years old. That's 2 a day. Who knew he was so voracious?
At the age 7, he got accepted to I think it was Delaware University.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Never made public news.
No.
But according to Katt, Kevin was just pretending to be cool about it. Behind the scenes, he was heated and working overtime trying to shut down Shannon Sharpe. And if you've been paying attention, that actually lines up. Because remember, Shannon already revealed a while back that so apparently, right after Katt Williams mentioned certain people on his show, someone tried to shut Shannon Sharpe's whole show down. And now folks are looking back at that moment and saying, yup, that might have been Kevin Hart pulling the strings all along.
Yes. He said, he told me, and my guy Jordan is over there, he said, now they're gonna come for you. I said, can't come for me for what? I didn't say anything. Right. He said, they're gonna come. And they're gonna say a lot of different things. And they're gonna be some people that you thought you might be able to get that they're not gonna come now. Right. And that's absolutely has happened. That's absolutely has happened. They were so excited. Thanks for reaching out. We can't wait to sit down. And a day later, they can't do it. And then no call, they won't follow, so for the song. So I understand.
But hold up, it gets even messier. Word is Kevin might also be linked to the latest lawsuit hitting Shannon. The woman suing him, Gabriella Zuniga, turns out she's not just some random person off the internet. She's connected. Jaguar Wright came through spilling all the tea, claiming Gabriella's related to Hollywood veteran Daphne Zuniga. That last name ain't just a coincidence.
Skipped over the name that he dropped. She's a very unique name. Now, I'm not going to say her first name, but the family name that she holds is Zuniga. I've been researching, trying to figure out if she's related to the Hollywood Zunigas. Because Daphne Zuniga has ties in some interesting areas behind the scenes. Melrose Place actress, does anybody remember?
Yeah, that's Melrose Place, yeah, 1990s.
Yeah, Daphne Zuniga. She has ties, like I said, some very interesting Hollywood ties. So you messing with this girl who's a child. This man has children older than this girl. Am I lying?
Now people are starting to believe Kevin and some high-powered execs have been plotting on Shannon for years. And the moment they saw Gabriella, boom, they had the perfect setup. Using a young woman with Hollywood ties was their smoothest play yet to drag Shannon into the mud. And here's the kicker, Shannon didn't exactly help himself. In a bunch of interviews, he openly talked about his thing for younger women. Looking back now, it's like he gave the playbook away. People say he had a real soft spot for barely legal white girls, and the industry took note.
Somebody, I read a comment, I don't know why these older men want to date these young girls that can be old enough, that can be young enough to be their daughters and don't find that creepy. I responded and say, I don't know why these women be in everybody's business and don't find that creepy. But what, hold on. But if Stella can get her groove back, Shay gonna get his groove back. How Shay got his groove back?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't say no for Stella, because I remember I went to the movie and you clap it. Yeah, child. Do it, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Now all of a sudden, Shay trying to get his groove back. That's a problem.
Yeah, it's a double standard. It's a double standard. Depending on, and sometimes this is what they try to do. Older women, this is what older women try to do. Older women will guilt trip.
I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
But you tried to say, what you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
Saying Shannon is totally innocent here. He got himself caught up chasing after young women on Instagram. And that's a dangerous game when you've got a spotlight on you. If he had just listened to someone like Monique and gone for a grown woman with some experience, the industry would have had a much harder time dragging him down like this. As always, the internet is divided and people are sounding off. One person said, "Ain't nobody set that grown man up. He made his own messy choices. Now he's got to live with the fallout. He likes what he likes." Another added, "He clearly didn't care about his career, morals, or legacy. This one's on him." And listen, they might not be wrong. Shannon was out here making bold moves, not thinking about the long game. And now it's all blowing up in his face. But here's where it gets juicy. What do you think? Is Kevin really out here pulling strings and setting people up from the shadows? Is Katt Williams right for calling him a sellout? Or is he just bitter about being replaced? Do you think Shannon's downfall was his own doing? Or part of something way bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm watching and I know y'all got opinions. And before you bounce, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of this non-stop drama. We've got receipts, twists, and mess every time. Hit that bell so you never miss a drop, and I'll catch you on the next one.